welcome.
Thank you.
Your thoughts on the match?
Yeah, I mean, I think it was obviously really different from the last time I played her, but I just tried to focus and be as positive as I could.
Okay, thank you. One question, hands please. Ben? Oh, David, go ahead.
Hi, Naomi. I wanted to ask first about your growing family of Laboos, because I didn't get like a clear answer, like how they came to be and how they are so bedazzled, if you're a general collector, and just also about Hailey and her development. So very different questions.
Yeah, honestly, I'm not a Labubu collector. This is kind of like a one-time thing for the tournament. And honestly, it kind of started as a joke, so I'm glad people are liking it. And yeah, about Hailey, I think she's an incredible player. She's someone that's very dangerous, and for me, a player that can kind of hit any ball from any part of the court. So that's kind of why I told myself I had to focus really hard today. And yeah, I mean, obviously, I'm sure she's a little disappointed about, this is the U.S. Open and she's American, but I'm sure she's going to have a lot more really good runs.
Ben?
Congratulations. Just in terms of that focus that you had today, how do you sort of conjure that? How is it? Could something you could have every single match possibly, or is it something that you sort of have to have a certain kind of inspiration to channel that sort of complete match focus like you had today?
Yeah, I mean, I would say a little bit of inspiration and also practice. I think obviously I played well in Montreal, and I would like to think that I had focus there. So I would hope that the longer the tournament goes on, the easier it is for me to maintain a level of focus.
You just mentioned Montreal. How do you feel about your overall game right now, and do you feel like you're playing to the level where you can go deep into this tournament?
Honestly, I don't really know. I don't make it my business to know anymore. I kind of just leave it up in the air. For me, I realize that I've done everything that I could. I've trained really hard. I practice really hard, and if it happens, it happens. But yeah, I'm just kind of playing match by match.
David?
Hi, Naomi. In your on-court interview, I couldn't quite hear everything that was said, but I think you were referencing your coach and the sort of dynamic you have. Obviously, it's a new relationship. I just wonder, what are you finding interesting about working with him as a new coach?
I can give you something that's not tennis related about him, but when the first couple, honestly, when I didn't know him, I thought he was very scary, because he's very tall, and he didn't smile. But now that we're working together, I see that he smiles often. So he has a very friendly smile, and it's very nice. And that's my little fun fact about Thomas.
Naomi, congratulations on the win. I did kind of want to get your opinion on the net court etiquette. Obviously, it's been a big topic the last 24 hours. I'm curious your thoughts on kind of how players are supposed to interact with each other after something like that happens, and kind of see where you stand on the issue.
What issue?
I don't know if you saw yesterday with Taylor Townsend's match. Her and her opponent got into a little bit of a back and forth. Part of it had to do with her not apologizing after the net court. I'm curious just if you think that's something tennis players usually do now, if it's not something you consider something you would need to apologize for, just trying to see where your head's at, something like that.
Honestly, I probably don't care either way. And I definitely wouldn't care to the point where it would affect me that much that I get very angry. I think it's up to the person whether they apologize or not, but if it's really close, then I can see why they don't apologize.
Okay, Barbara?
Just following up on that, when a player gets so angry that they would use words like no education and no class to criticize a black player, and when those kind of words have a bad history in this country and kind of unfair. I mean, how do you react to something like that when you hear that?
Yeah, I mean, I saw that part, obviously. It's been on the TV like every 15 minutes. I mean, it's really difficult to say. I think obviously it's one of the worst things that you can say to a black tennis player in a majority white sport. And granted, I know Taylor and I know how hard she's worked and I know how smart she is. So she's the furthest thing from uneducated or anything like that. But if you're like genuinely asking me about the history of Ostapenko, I don't think that's the craziest thing she's said. I'm going to be honest. I think it's ill timing and the worst person you could have ever said it to. And I don't know if she knows the history of it in America. But I know she's never going to say that ever again in her life. But yeah, I mean, it's just terrible. Like, that's just really bad.
The back.
You played with a lot more varieties today, lobbying, the spins, and you mentioned the focus. Was it because of how much focus you had, or was it like, I know Hailey has the same playing style, so I have to come in with a lot more tactics?
No, honestly, I was just worried about what Hailey was going to do, so I had to be locked in from the first point. And yeah, I did try to change up a little bit from how I played in Miami. I think I was a lot more defensive and kind of playing the same style of ball, and I think that allowed her to kind of get the rhythm. So I definitely tried to change it up a lot more today.
Okay, everyone, thank you. That concludes the English portion. We'll now transition to Japanese. Okay? Thank you. Aki?
トマシは結構そういうどこに打ったらいいかっていうのを教えてくれるって言ってましたけど、そのあたり意識したんでしょうか?
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely say that Thomas has talked to me a lot about the placement of my shots and not necessarily going for winners most of the time. But I know today it was a little tough for me in the first set because I didn't necessarily swing as much as I thought I should have, and I worked on it in the second set. But I would say with the placement and also my returns, those are the things I'm most happy about.
おめでとうございます。
ありがとうございます。
前の試合と今日の試合2試合戦ってみて、ご自身の中でのこの手応えが深まった感触はありますか?
Can you translate for me?
Compared to the previous match, did you feel like you would have made some progress or you played better today?
ありがとう。I would say I made progress in my attitude, which is the one thing that I really wanted to work on. I think Tuesday I was getting really down on myself in certain moments, and I kind of was like this. And then today I just really tried to be positive, even if she hit a crazy winner or even if she like did something incredible, and I tried to be very stable. So
おめでとうございます。マイアミで対戦した時と比べて、大坂選手自身が今やっぱり調子が良くなってるから、こう自信を持って臨めたとか、気持ちの部分でこう強く、優位にというか、今日の試合で良かったっていうことはやっぱりあるんですか?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I went to this match expecting a match like Miami. So honestly, I was a little surprised. And I do realize that I have a lot of matches under my belt now, which I'm really happy about. And I think for me, honestly, my game plan against her changed a lot versus what it was in Miami. So going forward, I'll probably just kind of stick to that whenever I play her and see what happens. And yeah, I am quite confident in myself now. So I think that also is working for me.
相手の選手がネットの方に 来ることが多くて、その分やっぱりこうベースラインにすごく安定してショットを打ってたと思うんですけれども、ご自身のそのショットのコントロールはって感じですか？
Yeah, I mean, definitely. She's really good at slicing, drop shotting, and coming to the net. And I was aware of that. So I didn't want to give her any short balls because honestly, she could run around and hit a really good forehand winner, or she could just come to the net. And I know I missed a lot. Well, not a lot. I missed some like passing shots, but I made the ones that mattered. And I think for me, it was just really important to keep her as back as I could. So I think I did that well.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, Naomi.
Thank you.